This is map drawing 30, Antarctica. Doesn't matter really how you put your paper, portrait or landscape is fine because this is going to be kind of a squarish drawing, so you're going to be working in the center of your paper. Come up to this corner and start by making a little hook and then down into a slight S. How we make slight S's, something like that. And then go back up to where you left that little hook off and come back down the other side and then go over like this and make a bulge like that. And then make a circle right here, kind of a medium-sized circle. It should definitely be smaller than the arm here. If you measure the diameter of the circle, it should definitely be smaller than this arm. And then we're going to make a large section like this. If this is kind of 12 o'clock on your circle, you just go over a little bit, almost not even to 1 o'clock. And then we're going to make a big thing that looks like a, I don't know, an ear, a kidney, a jelly bean, a mushroom. I don't know, you can decide what it's going to be. And let's see, on your circle, 3 o'clock, about 4 o'clock on your circle is where you want to kind of come down for this part of it, like this. I guess it's kind of sort of ear-shaped, isn't it? Okay. Alright, take your pen and we're going to start up here and we're going to make this side of this peninsula, and it's very lacy. It's got a lot of little peninsulas sticking out. And then it gets a little more wavy as it comes down here. You come around here, up and in, down the bottom of here, and it kind of sort of forms more of a point here. In and out, in and out, and then down like this. See, I didn't follow my guideline exactly, but that's okay, it's just a guideline. In and out like this. And some ins and outs along here. And when you get up to here, before you go up and over, you want to cut in and then back out again, like a crack or a bite or something there. There's a little lump that goes out, in and out over the top, like that, over the top. And then here I'm going to make mine go in a little bit. I'm just looking at the picture on the page that says Map Drawing 30A, sort of using that as my guide. Over like this, ins and outs, and then up along the coastline like this. Okay, and then you don't need your guidelines anymore. Got the most of Antarctica drawn. Okay, let's put in some islands. Let's put one in right here. It's the largest one. Kind of looks like a, I don't know, like a K-shaped island or something. This is Alexander Island. And there's a couple other little islands, one here, and there's a couple little islands up along the coast like this, dotted around. There's even a few going off the tip of the peninsula, right like that. And there's a really important island right down here, and it's called Ross Island. It's very important because it's a very large research station based on that island. And let's give this area a couple more islands in here. And then inside this kind of sea area, bay, there's a couple islands. There's a pretty big one in the middle barrel-sized one, a couple little ones like that. Now we're going to draw lines across these areas to make the edges of the ice shelf. Draw a line straight across. It's going to hit Ross Island and then keep going. And over here like this and like that. What happens is in these, this would be a sea, but where it goes back in, it freezes so hard that up to this line it stays frozen all year, and it becomes a permanent feature of Antarctica. You can't just come in, even in the summer, you can't just come in here and go sailing in like this. You hit this ice shelf. Now there's ice that forms, there's other ice shelves that form outside like this. There's some that go out and form almost like peninsulas. And the ice around Antarctica grows. In the winter, Antarctica, it looks like it grows larger. In the summer, it shrinks. But these ice shelves stay as permanent features all year round. And the name of this ice shelf is the Ross ice shelf. This one's called the Ronne, R-O-N-N-E. And this one is called the Amery, A-M-E-R-Y, named after an explorer. Most of the things on Antarctica are named after explorers, except for a few that are named after Queen Maud or some other royalty. Okay, next, let's put in some mountains. There's a mountain range that runs down here. Actually, some very large mountains on Antarctica. Some of the largest in the world, actually. And then up here, down this peninsula like that. And then let's label these halves of Antarctica. Right around here they use like as a dividing line. They think of this area as one part and this big ear shape as another part. The big ear shape part is called Greater Antarctica. Antarctica. And greater just means larger. So this one is called Lesser Antarctica, which means the smaller part. Now, where's the South Pole? That's one of the main features of Antarctica. You know it's there. Where is it? It'd be really nice if it was like in the center of this circle or somewhere easy to find, but it's not. It's kind of right about here. Mark a little X there. It's just outside. If this circle were still here, it'd be just outside it a little bit. Come out from this mountain range. South Pole. And there's a little research station right there at the South Pole and a nice ring of flags. If you go online and you look up under images South Pole, you'll see some real neat pictures of the flags and the little statue thing sitting at the South Pole. Okay, how about labeling some seas? This sea down here, no surprise, is called the Ross Sea. Everything down here is named after Mr. Ross. This sea, though, is not called the Ronne Sea. It's called the Weddell Sea, W-E-D-D-E-L-L, named after Mr. Weddell. And over here, there's a sea named after a great explorer, Amundsen, A-M-U-N-D-S-E-N, Amundsen Sea. He deserves to have something named after him down here. And how about over here? There's a place called the Davis Sea. So they just kind of divide up. This is maybe a different sea and this is, but that's all the ones we're going to learn right now. And let's label here, if you can squeeze it in, you can make a little dot on Ross Island and you can label the name of this base. It's McMurdo, M-C-M-U-R-D-O, McMurdo Base, and that belongs to the United States. And it's the biggest base. It can have over 1,000 people living at one time on McMurdo Base, all kinds of scientists. And then they go out to different parts of Antarctica to do their research. There's meteorologists and biologists and zoologists and all kinds of scientists, astronomers that come down. Interestingly enough, on this same island, you have a place to put it. You put a little V. There's actually a volcano sitting on this island also, an active volcano called Mount Erebus, Erebus. Now, if you'd like to, there's a name for this mountain range in this area here. There's like names for the coastlines. There's Queen Maud Land and Ellsworth Land. And if you're really into Antarctic exploration and you'd like to learn the names of those coastlands and put on some other features and learn where the other research bases are around the coast, you are welcome to do so. But I think for most of us, this is enough.